You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
We took it all. We brought them to our land. An endless night, ember hot and icy cold. The rage of the earth. We made this curse. Carved it in the blood on our backs. We did not see. We could not, but she did. And in the end...
What will I become?
Senua's Saga. Hellblade 2.
Play it now with Game Pass.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neil, and Jeff. This is Triviality.
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. My name is Neil, and I'm joined here with Matt, Jeff, and Ken for a special bonus episode.
Hiya.
This is our Psych episode.
Psych, I don't know about it.
Neil told me that this game was for psychos, so I showed up, and then I found out that it was about the TV show Psych.
Yeah.
That's right. So Jeff is mentioning the TV show Psych that was on the USA Network and has spawned several successful movies that I know and you know are a lot of fun. That's an inside joke, Ken, for anyone who likes the show.
Gotcha.
But if you're listening for the first time, this isn't a normal episode of ours. So if you're looking just for general knowledge trivia, just go to any of our other episodes that are numbered. They come out every Tuesday. They're about an hour, about 35 questions, and you can get some general knowledge trivia there. But if you're a Psych fan, then you're here for the Psych bonus. And Matt, you and I, out of the four of us, are the ones that actually watch Psych. So how are you doing today? And what do you love about the show, Matt?
I'm doing good. It's been a long time since I've watched Psych. During the pandemic, I ended up watching a ton of it because I didn't have to work for a month. So between playing Final Fantasy VII, I did nothing but watch Psych. Good show.
It's a great show. It's got one of the best depictions of friendship on TV ever, and it's just very witty and a lot of improv and a lot of movie references and TV references, which is why I like it. But Matt and I are pretty good with Psych as far as trivia is concerned, but we needed an expert to bring us today's game, and we do have an expert in the studio with us today. Coming to us from Utah, Oakland 5 member on Patreon, Colin Meldrum. Welcome back. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Tell us a little bit about yourself and why you wanted to help us today with the Psych bonus.
Like you said, I live in Utah, going to BYU here. I love Psych. I think it's great. It's my favorite TV show. And I like writing trivia. So,
The rest is history, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Seems
Needs to be said.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here today and writing the questions, and we'll get back to you in a minute. But we want to introduce all of our competitors, and there is a question we're going to ask everyone, and you can answer it first, Colin. Favorite side character of Psych?
Wonderful. So as I was thinking about it, I realized I should not have that be the question. So we'll just do favorite episode instead, if that's all right.
There you go. Okay.
We don't want to ruin the questions themselves, right?
Yes, we've done that many times on the show. So favorite episode then, Colin. What's your favorite?
Probably going to have to go with Last Night Gus.
Okay.
That's a great one.
Ken loves that episode.
It's Ken's favorite, too.
And you actually probably would love it if you watched the show.
Sorry, Kellen.
And that voice there is Kellen McGuire, Savage Superstar on Patreon, who lives down the block, basically. That's all we're going to say for security reasons. But Kellen, thank you for joining us on today's Psych episode. Just remind us about yourself and your favorite Psych episode.
Hi, my name's Kellen. I'm a big fan of Psych, obviously. And there's a lot I could say about it, but that would take a lot of time. So I'm just going to say my favorite episode is American Duos. Always has been. So
That's a great one, too.
You actually would love
favorite.
You would love that
actually.
one because it features a reference to one of your favorite bands. So
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Kellen, for
Bowling
being
for
here.
Soup?
Not for Bowling for Soup, no. It's TFF is the initials there. Well, thank you, Kellen, for joining us today. Let's go to our next competitor, coming to us from Michigan, right on the tip near Canada, even though she's never visited Canada before, but we don't hold it against her. She's a Not a Robot supporter on Patreon, and that is Joe Bailey. How are you, Joe?
I'm good. Thanks for having me here today. It feels weird, but it's cool. It'll be fine. Yeah, I love Psych. I've been watching it for years, and I just happened to be rewatching it when you guys put that out. So I was like, what better timing? So here I am.
Well, thank you for being here, and we also want to say thank you for reaching out, because this is the first time you've ever appeared on the show, and it's just nice to have a new face and a new person to have on the show. So thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Oh, and I guess my favorite episode is probably This Episode Sucks.
That's a great one.
Great choice.
Great show.
No, that's a great choice.
I'm going to make the joke one more time, guys.
Well,
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. Well, thank you, Joe. And coming back to us, we had a wonderful time last time they were on the show, and it's so nice to welcome them back and to see their face. Coming to us from North Carolina, Not a Robot supporter on Patreon, Micah Moody. How are you, Micah?
Doing good, man. Doing good. How you guys doing?
Doing great. Just remind us a little bit about yourself since the last time you were here, and your favorite Psych episode.
Since the last time I was here, I ruptured my ACL and my MCL.
Oh, no.
So I was laid up for 2 months. And guess what I did? I watched a lot of Psych over and over again. So this fell right. This just fell right into my lap. I was like, I knew there was a reason I had to have surgery just so I could be on a trivia show and be quizzed about Psych. I know I'm immediately in trouble because y'all are saying episode titles, and I'm like the one where the guy was with the train. And no, I think Dual Spires is the name of it. The Twin Peaks spoof. That's a really good episode. They followed it pretty good and had everybody back, so I enjoy that one.
All good episodes, I would say.
Thank you, Ken. And Micah, you might be the most dedicated Triviality listener we've ever had, just willingly doing a surgery just in order to be on the show. So thank you.
Because I care.
That's right. Well, thank you. And Matt, since you're here as well, any favorites you want to mention episodes, or you love them all?
Well, I don't want to spoil any potential questions, but anything about Yang is those are all great episodes,
Yang is great. And I will say Colin picked a really good one with Late Night Gus or Last Night Gus. So I love that one. It's got I don't know, just the format of it is really cool. So well, we have all our competitors. Colin, what are the rules today? I think if it's like any other bonus we've done, it's just going to be straight questions, and we're going to see who has the most after 10 each, pretty much, right?
That's what I got.
All right. Well, Ken, you and Jeff are going to be hanging out here, just learning a little bit about Psych and hopefully being converted by the end. But we're going to go in the order, if it's okay with you, Colin, of Joe, Kellen, and Micah. And I'll give the keys to you, Colin. Feel free to take it away.
All right. Sounds good. Figured we'd start with a little warm-up just to get your Psych brains going. So I already forgot who's first. Joe. What catchphrase borrowed from radio host / rapper Ed Lover do Sean and Gus use as a term of endearment or exclamation?
I gotta tap out.
Can we do the catchphrase after Joe tapped out?
Yeah, you want to say it, Neil?
Come on, son.
There you go. Who's next? Kellen. Sean uses a lot of incorrect terminology throughout the show, and whenever called on it, he uses this excuse. It's also the name of a song in Psych the Musical.
I've heard it both ways.
Yes. That's right.
The right way and then yours.
Correct. I used to sing it for us. And then for Micah, rounding out the three, what phrase commonly used as an insult usually causes back and forth between the friends, which at one point ends with Sean and Gus singing it in harmony?
I just blanked. I have no idea. I have no idea. And I just watched 4 episodes. But I have no idea.
Neil, you got this one too?
Is this You Suck?
That's Suck It.
Or Suck It. Sorry, excuse me. Suck It. Yeah.
I think Neil's
Suck
gonna win.
It. Yeah.
Yeah.
Precisely. All right. Well, that warm-up did not go quite as I expected. But
just a warm-up. It's just a warm-up.
Yeah, no points. No points.
No points.
You know that's right.
There you go.
That's the next question, Matt.
Damn, I did it again.
Back catalog. All right. But I guess we can get started in the real game. So these first 3 rounds, I'm immediately now changing the rules. So first 3 rounds will be on specific episodes that I have chosen. So the deal is we'll go in order for the first one, and then we'll rotate through the order.
Okay.
Just so you don't have to go first on an episode every time. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sounds good.
but we'll start with Joe. For round 1 is going to be season 1, episode 2, Spelling Bee. What word did Gus get out on in his regional spelling bee? I will also give you 1 bonus point for spelling it correctly.
It's not fuselage, is it?
It's not.
Oh my gosh. I can see their mouth moving, saying it, but I can't hear the words coming out of their mouth.
You shouldn't watch on mute. I think that's your problem.
The only thing coming to my mind is anti-disestablishmentarianism, and I know that's not right, and I'm not spelling it.
What do we have, Colin?
It's aggiornamento.
That sounds made up.
It means to bring up to date in Italian.
Origin. Okay, you got it. Italian.
Yeah, I got it. I will not use it in a sentence. You can look it up if you want to spell it. I'm not going to do it. But on to question 2 for Kellen. Sean needs his father's help in getting a lab to analyze the suspicious food he found. Unfortunately, Henry makes him complete a task before he would offer his assistance. What does Sean have to do?
He has to finish building the doghouse he started when he was a kid.
That's absolutely right.
The Park Hyatt for poodles.
All right, and then Micah. While Sean is posing as the new spellmaster, he's forced to give 3 words off of Kavanaugh's grocery list. Give me 2 of them for credit and all 3 for a bonus point.
Oh, man. I want to say one of them was banana. We're going with banana and muffin.
Banana and muffin. All right, well, banana is right. And then it's onion and Mitchum.
I still say it in my
I
head.
would've got
the way
Mitchum.
that
I
they
should've
say
got
that
onion,
scene. Banana.
Great. So then we'll move on to round 2. So let's see. What do we do? We'll just move everyone down 1. So Micah will go first, and then Joe, then Kellen. That work? So round 2 will be season 5, episode 8, Sean 2.0. In this episode, Sean is trying to single-handedly bring not back into vogue. What other phrase, which according to Gus is even dumber, is Sean trying to bring back?
Yeah, I'm going to go with way. Wayne's World way.
No, it's actually said the liar.
There's hope. Let's see how the next one goes.
That one was weird. Joe is up next for Declan is rich. So rich, in fact, that he can hire this legendary singer to apparently sing the same song over and over again.
It's the Tears for Fears guy, and I always get the 2 mixed up because I never look at their faces. It's the bald Tears for Fears guy. Oh my gosh! Can I just lock in with bald Tears for Fears guys who purportedly has a drunk issue?
Exactly who he is, but I don't know if we give points for that. It's Kurt Smith.
Kurt Smith. Yeah, it's up to the quizmaster. If no points or no points, Colin. No points.
Well, this is going worse than I thought. So we'll give half a point for knowing that.
Okay, I'll roll half a point. Okay.
All right, and then for Kellen. Although never before shown in an episode, Sean and Gus apparently frequent a coffee shop with a daily movie question and get it right every day. In this episode, however, Sean guesses incorrectly on how many times the F-bomb is dropped in what 1995 mystery film?
I was sweating because I thought you were going to have me come up with the correct answer to that question, which I don't know. But I think the movie is The Usual Suspects.
That is correct.
We took it all. We brought them to our land. An endless night, ember hot and icy cold. The rage of the earth. We made this curse. Carved it in the blood on our backs. We did not see. We could not, but she did. And in the end...
What will I become? Senua's Saga. Hellblade 2.
Play it now with Game Pass.
All right. So then we get on to round 3, which will be season 6, episode 2, Last Night, Gus. And then who's first? Kellen's first.
Kellen, yep.
Kellen, Micah, Joe. All right. So for Kellen. In this episode, Sean, Gus, Lassiter, and Woody are concerned that Lassie may have been responsible for a recent murder based on the missing bullets in his gun. However, it is revealed that he actually killed someone else. Who was this person?
Bobo the giant donut.
It is Bobo the giant donut. Yes. Well done. And then, how do I keep forgetting? Micah. Upon seeing a substance on his face that may have been cocaine, Woody asks the others if they have noticed a small Colombian with what distinctive feature, which is shared by Buster from Arrested Development.
A hook for a hand.
Yes.
Nice.
For an arm, he said.
That's one you guys knew, probably, right?
It is fun seeing Jeff and Ken in the studio laughing to jokes from the show they've never seen before, but it's giving them hope that they'll watch the show.
Then, number 9. While Chief Vic is lecturing the gang, she's interrupted by Ed Lover coming into her office. What does Mr. Ed Lover want with Sean and Gus?
Didn't Sean steal his necklace?
Yes, Sean stole his bling, his gold chain.
Oh, yeah, I'll do a little score update after that first 3 rounds there. So it looks like we have Micah with 1 point, Joe with 1.5 for the bald man from Tears for Fears, and Kellen with 3.
All right, on to 10 for Joe. In the season 2 episode 65 Million Years Off, Sean and Gus pretend to be from the Archaeological Association in order to get a look at Deacon Walker Farm. When this proves unsuccessful, what character does Sean emulate as a last-ditch effort?
Isn't it he's trying to be the dinosaur that he thinks did the murder?
That is in this episode, but that's not who he's emulating at the farm.
You looking for a specific character name, Colin?
Right. It's a character he's doing an impression.
I'm gonna tap on that.
No. All right, it's Lenny from Of Mice and Men. He pulls out his Lenny.
Yeah, I love a Mice and Men joke, and I love a Tears for Fears, so we'll see.
Right up his alley.
I love the bald guy from Tears for Fears.
Yep. In the season 1 episode, Who You Gonna Call, Sean figures out that the person hiring them has multiple personality disorder. His distinct identities include Robert, Regina, and this violent identity, who takes his name from a Spielberg film.
I just Googled this because I couldn't remember. It's Martin Brody from Jaws.
It is Martin Brody from Jaws. Well done. All right, and then question 12 for Micah. In The Polarizing Express, Sean's dream world is visited by Tony Cox, who first appears as an elf, then Paul Bunyan, and finally, what legendary NBA center?
Is it Patrick Ewing?
No, it is not Patrick Ewing.
Who is it?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Really?
Back to Joe, I believe. In Psych the Movie, Sean has decorated the new Psych office with a Gremlins theme. Nobody seems to understand this reference except for this supposed once-off character who shows up at the end of the film to give Sean a wedding present.
I'm gonna embarrassingly tap again.
All right, it's Ewan O'Hara, Juliet's brother.
John Cena. I was going to do that, but I was like, no, figure it out.
For Kellen, in the season 2 finale, Shaun and Gus of the Dead, the plaque on which Shaun is photographed finding a dinosaur has what erroneous name for Gus as the photo credit?
I'm fairly certain it's Bruton Gaster. I'm not entirely sure that that's because I know that it's basically his name, but like misspelled. But I'm not sure if it's that one or if it's something else.
That was a good lock because Bruton Gaster is correct.
Because that's like the one time when it's pretty much his name, but like not his name. Every other time it's just like crazy.
And then on to question 15 for Micah. In Santa Barbara Town, Shaun introduces Gus as Shadynasty. How does Shaun spell Shadynasty?
Shadynasty. Dynasty.
It's close. It's SH comma to the top dynasty.
God's comma.
It's God's comma.
I knew Nasty was at the end, but
am I imagining things, or is there a Dynasty in Always Sunny in Philadelphia
there
thing
is.
too? Yeah,
There
okay.
is.
It is fun seeing everyone when they're not answering the question. Everyone seems to know it, and then when they get their own question, it's a really hard one. That's what happens.
That's the game.
That's the game. After 5 questions each, it looks like Micah with 1, Joe with 1.5, and Kellen with 4. Excuse me.
Okay, so next we'll move on to a special swing round sorts. Combine the next 3 questions. So we'll go around, and everyone will name 3 of Gus's nicknames used by Sean in order, and they've got to be different. And we'll do 1 point each for each of them.
Yep. And we'll start with Micah, Joe, and then Kellen, just to give a little bit more advantage to those scores that are lower.
So Micah, go ahead and name your first name.
I'm gonna go ahead and take it off the table and take Tan.
All right, on to Joe.
I'm pretty sure it calls him Magic Head.
Magic Head.
I'm gonna go with Gus TT Showbiz, the extra T for extra talent.
Extra talent.
Okay, back to Micah.
I have to go with my man Gee Buttersnaps.
Okay, over to Joe.
I'm pretty sure at one point he introduces him as Bud. Just Bud from the Cosby Show. I'm pretty sure he introduces him as that.
Yes, he does at one point introduce him as that.
Okay, points for Joe. Off to Kellen.
My second favorite is Lavender Gooms.
Micah.
I think he introduces him one time as Holla Back At You.
Holla Back At You, yep.
Okay, Joe.
Oh, man.
Getting harder as it goes.
Yep, those were the ones that I knew. I got a tap. Lavender was my next one.
All right, tap from Joe. Kellen, finish it off.
Galileo Humpkins.
Nice poll. So that means, Joe, you picked up 2 extra points, and Kellen and Micah both picking up 3 extra points. Well done. And for a score recap, we are at 4 points for Micah, 3.5 for Joe, and 8 for Kellen.
So back to the normal grind for Joe. In You Can't Handle This episode, Sean brings Abigail as his date to a crime scene. When he's berated by Lassiter for doing so, he says, "It was either this or blank, but I'm not anti-blank." What activity, which would not usually be associated with the setting of the show, goes in the blanks?
All I can think of is putt-putt, but I don't think it's putt-putt. I'm going to have to go with putt-putt, though.
No, it's ice skating. And then Kellen. In the Season 7 episode Office Space, we meet the head of security at Central Coast Pharmaceuticals, who turns out to be an incredibly skilled investigator played by David Koechner. What is his name? I will give you credit for 2 parts with a bonus point for all 3.
I'm pretty sure it's his first and last name are Leslie Sally. Are you looking for a middle name?
You can give me a middle name for an extra
I
point.
don't know if I know his middle name. At some point, I think Valerie is in there, but I don't know if that's just a joke that Sean makes. But I just watched this one the other day in preparation because I hadn't seen it in a while. So I'm confident on Leslie Sally, and I'll hedge a 3rd point with Valerie.
His full name is Leslie Valerie Sally. So well done.
Wow.
It's like, do I even like Sight? Do I even care about it at all?
If this game had been 2 weeks ago, I would not have gotten any of these.
All right, and then from Micah. In the episode Right Turn or Left for Dead, what does Gus think he's allergic to? And what is he actually allergic to?
I do not remember that episode. The wheels are spinning. There's nothing in there to grind them. I'm going to have to go ahead and tap.
All right, that's the one with the 2 differing paths, where Gus thinks he's allergic to Lassie's new dog, but he's actually allergic to the gold dust in the wedding biscotti. Moving on for Joe. In the episode Dual Spires, the guys get a strange email from Maudette Hornsby, a librarian in a remote town. What was her email address?
Oh, it's something at underthenail.net. Oh my gosh. Cinnamon at underthenail.net? Because I know they're there for that festival. That's cinnamon at underthenail.net. Final answer. Locking in.
That's very close. It's me at underthenail.com.
Oh, it was close.
Half point for that. I'll give you a half
All
point
right.
for that one. Round you up.
Quizmaster spoken. Okay.
For Kellen, Sean and Gus travel to Canada twice during the show. After seeing Pierre Despereaux at a ski resort for the first time, they request the aid of this RCMP officer, who they accidentally get fired later on.
Something to do with an apple. Macintosh. I don't know his first name.
His name is Robert McIntosh. I'll give Jeopardy rules. We'll give you credit for the last name. And then Micah. I greatly enjoyed Psych the Musical, but there was another musical I also would have loved to see, namely the Jack the Ripper musical. What historically inaccurate role did Gus want to play in it?
It sounds hilarious. I'm gonna go with Jack the Ripper. That's the only thing I can think of. Is he gonna play a prostitute?
That would be fun. But no, he wants to play Jamaican Inspector Man.
Oh my God. I remember the outfit now. Yeah, he sure did.
All right, back to Joe. In the episode One, Maybe 2 Ways Out, everyone from Declan to Nadia seems to be obsessed with going away to this popular Italian vacation spot.
Oh my gosh. I was just talking about this. Oh my God, my partner lived in Italy, and I know it's in Italy. I don't know a lot of Italian. I just know that it was in Italy. It's not Rome. It's not Sicily. I can't really think of any. It's not Venice. It's not. It sounds like Ibiza, but it's Ibiza in Italy. I got to tap. All I got is Italy.
That's the Amalfi Coast.
Amalfi Coast.
And then on to Kellen. In Bounty Hunters, Sean envies the murderer's rare hair gel, saying that you can only get it in Australia. What is this sweet ginger blossom scented hair gel called?
I think it's kangaroo paste? Kangaroo gel? Kangaroo paste? I'm going to go with that.
Going with kangaroo paste. That is correct. Micah. There are 9 episodes that contain a number in Arabic numerals, not the words or Roman numerals. I'd like you to name 4 of them. And if you can remember, I've already said 2 of them.
No, Colin. No. Go ahead and give them to me.
All right. In order, it's 9 Lives, 65 Million Years Off, Tuesday the 17th, Sean 2.0, Yang 3 in 2D, The Amazing Psych Man and Tap Man issue number 2, Santa Barbara Town 2, 100 Clues, and 1967 A Psych Odyssey.
And I believe, Colin, this brings us to our last little batch of questions here.
I have another special thing for this final round. So each person will get an episode title, and you get to pick whether you want the normal difficulty or the extra hard difficulty, which is worth 2 points. We'll start with Joe again on the pilot. So how comfortable are you with the pilot?
Judging by the way things are going, I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to take it a little easy for now. You know, just a normal's fine.
Normal. All right. The pilot introduces us to Lassiter's original partner / lover in the nighttime, who is then never seen again. What is her name?
I knew that was coming. Oh, heck. I got a tap on that one. I cannot, for the life of me. Sing? No.
All right. This one was actually pretty hard. It's Lucinda Berry.
Who names
They do not ever say her name. So it's a little hard.
That was normal difficulty?
That was the normal difficulty.
That one was a little hard. Apologize for that one.
No, that's
good.
Kellen, this was not precognition on my part, but your episode is American Duos.
I think since I said it's my favorite, I have to go for the hard one just to save face. But
go big or go home.
We'll find out if it really is my favorite.
All right. Someone tries to poison Nigel St. Nigel's sandwich, but Sean notices that something is off. What fake reason does he first give Gus for knowing the sandwich was not from room service?
The sesame seed number on the bun is different, but really he noticed that it had a toothpick instead of a sword, or the other way around. But he did like a Rain Man answer first.
Yes, that's exactly right. There were only 83 sesame
Tuna
seeds on his bun,
Niswa
while the
salad
ones from the
sandwich.
kitchen-
All right, pack it
87.
in, guys. She knows the sesame seeds.
She does. All right. And then for Micah, you get Sean takes a shot in the dark.
Normal, please.
Normal. All right. Sean and Gus go to interview a mechanic to get some information on welding, but end up talking to this man, whose name puts Gus's nickname, Donut Holstein, to shame.
Up to no good.
All right. His name is Garth Longmore.
I like Up to No Good better. That's a good guess. But after the entire game here, so Joe and Micah got 4 questions correct, which is respectable. These are hard questions, very hard questions. And Kellen, you are today's winner with 14 no misses.
Speaking of Rain Man.
Yeah.
Right?
Something
So
about
congratulations.
this in my
Your
brain.
performance was
so
very
nervous.
good. Very good.
Did so great.
No, well, it's very evident that everyone here loves Psych. It doesn't matter what the scores say, but those were some hard questions that Colin put together for us today, and we appreciate it, Colin. But yeah, thank you to all of you for just competing and putting yourselves under the spotlight. We know how hard it is. Joe, let's start with you. Any shout outs? Anything you'd like to say? Are you going to be going back to watch some Psych now after you heard some of these questions?
Yeah, I'm gonna make myself feel a little upset about not getting them right, but it's fine. I'll quiz myself later and get 100% because I'm the judge.
There you go.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for having me on. It was a blast for my first time. I also wanted to shout out my coworker's daughter. She's 4. This is her favorite TV show.
Oh,
and
wow.
her birthday's coming up, so I just wanted to say happy birthday to Lily. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for having me on. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, anytime.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, and happy birthday, Lily. I thank you for the shout out there. Micah, it was so much fun seeing you again. We're hoping that you're recovered and you're feeling better from the surgeries, and Psych made you feel better too. But any shout outs or last words from you today?
Shout out you guys. Thanks for having me on again. Enjoy the podcast as always. This was fun, even though the result wasn't necessarily what I thought it was going to be. But yeah, just thanks for having me on. Enjoyed speaking about Psych, and I'll shout out the Duke men's basketball team for beating Carolina yesterday. So
there you go. There you go. Well, thanks for joining us, and Kellen, congratulations.
It was nice meeting you for the first time today.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations, and anything you'd like to say? We're actually going to carry you over, I think, to the next bonus, the final of Psych. But anything you'd like to say before you move to the next episode?
Watch out, competitors. You want to issue a warning?
This is a great game. And just like this, everybody who I know who's seen the show Psych has been a great person, and today proved it because it was very nice to meet you both, Joe and Micah. And yeah, just if you haven't seen the show, you should probably watch the show because it's very funny and it holds up really well for a 2006. So.
Well said. Colin, thank you very much for hosting. You're going to be back right away, so we'll see you again once again. But thank you, Colin, for writing all these questions. We appreciate it.
Sure, no problem. I did get a couple questions from Mark and Courtney that I used some inspiration from, so thank you very much for that. And for
Thanks to them as well, yeah.
Playtest.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you everyone for play testing and giving us some questions. And yeah, we're going to see you all in the next episode. Remember, this is a bonus episode. If you'd like to see our normal episodes, you can go to our normal feed every Tuesday. They're the numbered episodes. And just wanted to do a little shout out, Ken. We're glad to be a part of a new network.
Yeah, Airwave Media. Thanks so much.
And you can go to airwavemedia.com to check out a bunch of cool shows like Food with Mark Bittman, The History of China, and I Know What Scares You. So definitely check out airwavemedia.com, and we'll see you all in the next bonus for Psych. For Joe, Kellen, Micah, Matt, who used to watch Psych with me while laying in his bed, Jeff, Ken, my name is Neil, and that was Triviality.